Well, hello YouTube and welcome back to another video. And if you don't know, my name is James and I run ACaterhamCalledFern. And in this video, we're going to talk about my kind of fortnightly routine that I do over winter, or for whatever reason, I wouldn't be using the car. But for me, that's not very often because I daily my Caterham, which hopefully, or you might already know. So we're going to talk about two things: what I do to maintain the battery, and also what I do to turn over the engine just to keep it lubricated. So let's talk about battery first. So we're going to go over what I do over winter, and like I say in near enough all of my videos, I'm not an expert, but I'm an enthusiast, kind of learning as I go along. And I've had a few winters now, I think I've had 4, and I've learnt different things over the different winters of what to do and what not to do, just for me personally, and this will depend on what battery setup you have and possibly what car you have, lots of different variations. So again, this is just what I do. So currently the setup that I have is, well, it's a Sigma Super Sport, not that matters loads, but I have a banner battery, lots of different battery configurations out there, but that is the current situation that I have. I do have a battery isolator, but the very first year that I had Little Fern, I took out the battery isolator, left it all connected, and then when I came to start the car after probably a couple of months, something like that, it was dead as anything. So the battery did not survive. I don't know how long that battery was on the car, I've no idea. So I definitely wouldn't do that again. So what I do have is I have a CTEK Charger. And some owners will take the battery off the car and charge it, other people leave it in and leave it connected the whole time. What I currently do now is I have the CTEK Charger go on for like a day, kind of every week, and I have the plug on a timer, and that's how I do it. But again, other people might have different views on how you do this. I have had one year where I used the trickle charger on the whole time and the battery was fine. But then I've also had another time where I left it on, trickle charged the whole time, and then the battery dried up. So that could have been for different reasons, but this is what I currently do. So yeah, the CTEK Charger works really, really well. I'll leave all the links to everything that I use in the description below. And let's go over to the setup and I will show you, and also something else that I do. So first of all, I'll unplug the charger. And then you can see the wire is all tidied away. And here is my CTEK Charger. I've also got the extension lead that goes into it, and it is connected here, right next to the battery, which I'll just quickly undo. Harder to do one-handed. And you'll see here that I always have this connection always connected to the battery. So there's a little kind of rubber cover that goes over the top, which I'll try and show. And then I just leave that zip tied away the whole time. And that just makes it a lot more convenient for me. And this is just connected to the battery the whole time. So now the battery is disconnected, what we're going to do is unplug the coil first, which is here. So that's the coil and the ignition leads. And the power for it is this plug here. And this can be a little bit tough to take off, but my little tip is to push it in a little bit first. There's a little kind of plastic tab underneath, hold that in and then pull it out. And there's a little tab. So leave that disconnected, and then we're going to disconnect the injectors. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then all we need to do for that is to get a little flathead screwdriver, put it in there, and hopefully you can see there's a little kind of metal tab there, which you can pull back, and then I'm going to need my second hand to pull it away. So we'll do that on all 4, so then that will mean that there's no petrol going in, and then there's also no spark, and then we're going to turn over the engine. So there you go, as easy as that. So now let's quickly go inside the car and I'll show you what I do inside there. So what I need to do is first turn on my battery isolator. So there we go, it's now in the on position. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to press the start button and then keep an eye on the oil pressure here. So we're going to wait for it to go into the middle and then back down again. So all that's going to do is just make sure that the oil is going round, and then that's it. So let's press the start button and then watch that dial. And you can see then it went into the middle and then it's gone back down again, and that's it. Then all I do is reconnect what I've disconnected, so it's ready if I do want to start it properly. So that's my fortnightly routine that I do over winter. Are you a Caterham owner yourself? Do you have a different routine or a different battery setup than what I do? Please let me know in the comment section below. One thing to add is you might think it's a good idea to wheel the car out, start her up, leave her running for a few minutes and then turn the engine off and then roll the car back in. From what I've read online, I don't think that's a good idea, because you're getting the engine hot and then turn it off very quickly and then wheeling it back into a cold garage. And from what I've read online, this can cause condensation inside the engine, which isn't a good thing. And also when you're cold starting an engine, you're putting the hardest kind of wear on it as well. So to me, that doesn't sound like a good idea. But there's no right or wrong answers. Everybody has different opinions. And all I wanted to do was show exactly what I do over winter. And maybe it will help some people. I will leave any links to any products that I've used in the description below. So the CTEK Charger and the extension lead and the holder that I have. And hopefully that'll make things easier for people. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one very soon. Well, hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and please like and subscribe if you haven't already. It makes a big difference to a small channel like mine. And don't forget, every stone chip tells a story, and I'll see you in the next one.
As you fade away.